The battle begins shortly, heroes.
Welcome back, everybody, into the Nexus Gaming Series. We are here in our third best of three of the day. We are in the Nexus division of Heroes of the Storm. And we have got a Magnitude Tsunami on the left-hand side with a Albatox Lunara, Wolo on the Diablo, Logic Dahaka, Yoda will be your Rhaegar, and Wafflecopter will be the Falstad. Right side of the map, we are taking a look over at Boogans Forever, a non-champion Chromie, Thundercats Anduin, Is it Greymane? Is it Greymane? Sorry. Lazy Hydra will be on the Blaze, and Kalavoth playing Johanna. Sentinel Wisp going out from Lunara. We'll be seeing a Spell Shield Diablo at level 1. We've got Enhanced Agility, Totem for Rhaegar, as well as that Frequent Flyer Falstad. This is going to be our Twitch gamble here. How many stacks will we have by the end of the game? Johanna with her Blinded by the Light, as well as the Stim for our Blaze, Adrenaline Stim Pack. Even-Handed Blessing, Viciousness, and Time Walker's Pursuit for Chromie. Alright. Well, here we go. Map number 1. We've had a lot of good games so far today. Thanks everyone for joining, lurking, hanging out. Always appreciate everyone being here, checking out Heroes of the Storm, and supporting the good old Nexus Gaming Series. Rotation into mid. Double soak, a little bit of double soak coming out from the right side squad, but I think they rotated down to bottom. Chromie seems to be handling this all on her own, and yeah, Logic was literally standing on a time trap, so that is definitely seen. And then, of course, Dahaka meanders away. Chromie checks, and she'll see them on the camp over there. Blaze clearing out the Wisp for top lane. Johanna rotating in, but she's mostly here to harass and slow things down with some shield glares. Yep, just going to go ahead and space those shield glares out. Another time trap set up by Chromie. She is going to go Time Troubles, which is armor buff by 30 to allies, armor debuff to enemies by 15. Siege Giants were grabbed over here on the right. I was a little late on checking on that one. Saw it on the mini-map. We already have Greymane Anduin rotating to top lane. And Falstad Frequent Flyer at 2 stacks already. That's not bad. Already getting more stacks than... Oh, more stacks per minute. More stacks than per minute. There we go. Wording's hard, apparently. Apparently, it's just... It's a struggle bus day for me, but we're doing our best. Sentinel Wisp in the enemy side of the map, just to be able to get a bit of vision. We have more shots coming out from the Chromie. Blaze goes in with the Jet Propulsion. The answer from the Diablo into the bottom lane. The body blocks and Lazy Hydra does activate the Adrenaline Stim Pack. And I'm not sure, was there Pyromania activated as well? Absolutely it was, 10 seconds ago. Over in the top lane. Anduin with a bit of flash heals. Greymane really low on mana. Does have some auto attack damage. Inner Beast will expire here. Johanna still just chilling in mid. Slowly clearing out the wave as best as a Johanna can.
The first seed is sprouted.
She's not awful, but I mean she's not the fastest. Wow, we have a lot of doubt. We have a lot of doubt on those auto attack stacks. We'll see how things work out. It is going to be level 6 here in just a moment. Greymane needs to reset after grabbing this camp, I assume. No, just gonna get the globe. Does he have well? He does have well, so if he wants to get some mana that way. Looks like he does tap well as we take a look at the top bar of our screen. Rhaegar and Diablo around this objective. Shield glare from the Johanna to slow things down. Wolo a little low right there on HP overall, but it doesn't look like anyone's going to step in. I apologize. Looks like Falstad in bottom lane does get sniped by non-champion and Lazy Hydra. Romy getting the kill right there. Lazy Hydra stepping up. We have Thundercats here as well. Non-champion with the channel on the objective, and that will be Dahaka still chilling on top, getting great siege value. Unfortunately, I can't believe it. I miss another kill. Diablo goes down in mid lane. I'm going to assume that was a Gilnean splash. It was just an auto attack. It was just an auto attack was enough to take him down. Wow. All right. Nicely done. 2 kills over to the right-hand side that we haven't even seen, but maybe. I won't miss this one here in top lane. Dahaka does have the Lurker Strain, bottoms back the enemies. A lot of healing over time from that Essence, and it looks like, yes, he's able to make it out alive. Lands the Dragon to Greymane, who's in Worgen form, taking a couple tower shots. Gilnean Cocktail thrown back, but no splash into Dahaka, but it wouldn't have killed him either way. He's still got enough HP there. So far, I have not seen a Falstad act like a global hero. He's just been a mountless hero. Big doubt. Okay, that's fair. That is fair. I would agree with you in the Falstad games we've seen today so far. We had a Falstad. Did we have a Falstad in Division A? I can't remember. I know we had one in Division B. I know for sure we did. Most of the flights were used for sort of the flank Gus situations. We've had a lot of really good Dahaka play today, though. A lot of really enjoyable Dahaka play with the macro. Chastise from the Anduin. Speaking of Dahaka, will be hit, but logic is fine. Taps the well. Objective phase number 2 is here. And we have Anduin, or excuse me, Rhaegar with the channel. Shield Glare from the Johanna interrupts once. Ooh, wait, they're chasing on the non-champion. Slowing Sands thrown on the ground, but it won't be enough to slow down the advancing damage, and that will be Chromie taken out here. Nice kill for the side of Magnitude Tsunami. Able to bolster that experience pool. They are still a little bit behind, but we're getting close to 10, so of course, you know what we do always. We cycle through the other numbers, so if you want to look at the damage healing experience, that'll be at the bottom of your screen. Greymane lunges in, logic. Activates some essence and heals up over time. Mizik has to back away. Was tanking a little too many tower shots. Yeah, I didn't think there was a Falstad in the Division A game. Yeah, that's right. I think we had one Dahaka game. 2 Dahaka games in Division A. I know Chess played one. Yota, excuse me, almost taken down there. Was able to just kind of disengage from any sort of Chromie Sandblast value. Alrighty, well, 10s are just about here. Let's take a look and see what we got. Chromie, of course, already had her level 10. She's got the Slowing Sands. We have a Blessed Shield, a Bunker, go for the throat. Anduin's holding level 10. Is he considering the Holy Word Salvation? We do see it from time to time. On the opposing side, it's Gust, Ancestor Healing, Isolation, Lightning Breath, and Leaping Strikes. I think it's going to be Light Bomb. Like, Light Bomb with Blaze and Greymane, I think that's really nice. Light Bomb also into the dive ability of some of these heroes like Rhaegar and Diablo. Kind of punish their dive as a possibility. Gust is an interrupt. I mean, there's a few interrupts for Holy Word Salvation, so yeah, they're going to go Light Bomb. Light Bomb will be the pickup at level 10 for Anduin. All of our heroics have been chosen. All of them are off of cooldown as well. Next objective seed is going to be on the top left of the map. We have 1 out of 3 on the left-hand side for Magnitude Tsunami. And Boogans Forever will have 2 out of 3. I think Boogans gives this. It's the positioning is better for Magnitude Tsunami. Blaze in bottom lane. I had to activate the bunker. Lazy Hydra almost going down over here. Heals up off the Oil Slick. Definitely going to go Grill and Kill. Definitely level 13 Grill and Kill. Over in top lane, Logic dove on by the Greymane, the Lurker Strain. That's a nice Blessed Shield. Go for the throat, finds some extra damage, and that'll be Dahaka going down. It's 1 to 3 in kills, 2 kill advantage to the side of Boogans Forever, as now they look for the top lane fort with these camp available. Slowing Sands to zone Lunara and friends. Diablo looking for an angle on the top side of this lane. Blaze in mid lane gonna push back the Falstad, who was just pushing up the wave onto the fort front gate a bit there. Slowing Sands slowing down the minion wave. Chromie with some Sandblast as well. Or some Dragon Breath, excuse me. Blaze tries to chase into Falstad with the Jet Propulsion, but the Barrel Roll got out early enough. It is Secret Weapon level 7 Falstad. We do have 17 stacks currently, so working his way onto that. Shadow Charge on the Johanna. The Slowing Sands are thrown down. The Blaze Ignited Oil Slick is just a little too late, and Yota will be able to grab that second of 3 seeds. Both teams 1 seed away from getting a Garden Terror summon. Who's going to be able to do it? We're going to find out here in about 2 minutes or so. All right, Greymane for bottom. Sorry, I'm trying to throw away a teabag at the same time. Lunara over in top lane, pushing up a wave a little bit. Wisp to be moved into the bush in case anyone's going to jump into her. And right now, Blaze shows in top lane. A couple enemies are missing in the jungle area. Chromie not showing really in mid. Time Walker's Pursuit, looking to see if there's anyone around, so Chromie can step up. Non-champion clears out the wave. Oh, what's going on over here? We gotta dive onto Logic. Greymane lunges in with the Dark Flight. Chastise from the Anduin is point blank, but there's Dahaka Lurker Strain. Here comes the Blessed Shield into Light Bomb. I think that Chastise was literally to try and force out that burrow, and then you immediately see the Blessed Shield, the Light Bomb. Diablo, and Lunara, Albatrox, and Wolo almost take down Chromie. They dive underneath tower shots. Now Blaze is going to try and punish this. He gets the bunker activation. Chromie almost had the shot either way, but still the bunker. Flame Stream will find that kill. A Jet Propulsion to chase in. Volstead rotating towards top, and so are a few enemies right now. Greymane lunges in, and Diablo using a minion to try and shadow charge away. Isaac almost able to close that distance, but the Gust also helping out right there. Now Thundercats pressuring onto Wafflecopter, but that will be Volstead still able to back away. And Johanna sieging up in mid, does have the Blessed Hammers from those auto attacks, as well as the activation. Oh yeah, Dahaka in game 2. Okay, that's right. So yeah, game 1 with Chesslitter was the Leoric, because Chess was joking about dying so much. Garden Terror goes over to Boogans forever. Kalavoth set up in the bush on the left-hand side. Diablo may step into this, and that might be a little risky for him with so many enemies around, but no, they don't go for it. Overgrowth Plant cleared away through mid, I do believe. Diablo finds the Shadow Charge into Blaze, who is actually Jet Propulsioning at the same time. There's a Lightning Breath from Diablo, as well as a Light Bomb from the Anduin. Rhaegar's the one to go down. I think Ancestral Healer was tried. Yeah, it's on 5-second cooldown. Lazy Hydra getting hit with some Leaping Strikes from Lunar, and she will be able to find the kill. Albatox doing well right there as this Garden Terror in mid finds the mid lane fort. Falstad clears out things in top lane, but it does seem like Boogans Forever prioritizing mid here. The Garden Terror very low. Garden Terror in bottom being dealt with by Logic, the Dahaka. And the Slowing Sands zoning the enemies back. The entire Keyfront Gate goes down. Side walls looking like they're going to be opened up as well. Spell Shield activated on Diablo currently. Wolo so very low. Greymane goes in for the throat, and that's a Gust from Falstad, but still Chromie able to take Diablo to the beach, and it looks like he'll just have a short duration there as he had his souls consumed, and he does respawn. He's already back on the battleground, but only at 25 total souls. And that's the end of this. No steal onto the camp. Time Walker's Pursuit scouts this out, sees that being started just at the end. We do have that Wisp seeing a Hearth out from Johanna as well. So some information traded between both these sides, but still a 5-kill advantage to the side of Boogans Forever, as well as, I'd say, around half a level lead. Somewhere around there. Alrighty. Falstad, 27 stacks currently for those of you who did Twitch Gamble, so he's doing pretty good. He's over halfway for the Twitch Gamble, but still a ways to go. We still have 2 forts available for Boogan, 1 fort available for Magnitude Tsunami. Mid lane Keep did take some damage during that siege earlier of the objective phase. Blaze in top lane, Twin Flames just hitting the heels, or the hooves of Lunara. Some oil slicks thrown down on the ground. Looks like Lazy Hydra accidentally took the wrong level 13. And went into collision course. One day we will see a oh, I'm blanking on the name now. Oh my god, Grill and Kill, there we go. If Lazy Hydra had Grill and Kill right there, there would be no difference in the outcome, but that is going to be Rhaegar going down on the opposite side of this engagement, so it will be a trade. Oh, dude, like, the self-healing for Grill and Kill is so good. I unironically take it in ARAMs. I really do. I really do think it does get value. Yes, I understand before someone's like, well, but Bahamut, what about the 536 damage from collision course? Just trust your assassin. If you live longer, the assassin can do stuff, right? That's how that works? Across 7 games, Kappa. Oh, that's funny. Hey, someone will make Grill and Kill meta one day. Blaze is gonna get some nerfs in our upcoming patch, right? I can't remember. Does anyone know, chat? Is Collision Course getting nerfed? I thought it was. I might be misremembering. Either way, camp over here on the left-hand side is gonna be grabbed. It is getting nerfed. Okay, thank you. I don't think it's like an insane amount, but it still is a nerf to it. Yeah, we should be getting, let's see, the patch came, PTR patch was September 26th, I think. And, so we're, what, 4th of October so far? 3rd. I'd say anywhere in mid-October we should be getting the patch to come through. I think it's anywhere from like 3 to 4-ish weeks for PTR nowadays. Bless Shield right into the Falstad. Dang! He's gonna get just absolutely bursted down right there really quickly. He was just trying to build some more stackage for his level 1 at 33 currently. Johanna steps in. The Jet Propulsion from Blaze misses. The Pyromania activated. Seed available in the bottom left of the map, or bottom right of our screen currently. And with Falstead dead for 34, I guess this is going to be given away. Magnitude Tsunami are unable to step in. And that's 2 out of 3 seeds to both teams once again. Back-to-back seeds picked up by the side of Boogans Forever as they're 3/4 away from level 7, or level 20. There's a 5% nerf on Collision Course as to 270 to 260. Okay. Alright, we'll see. I still think the vast majority of people are still going to take Collision Course because they're just like, well, it's the best level 7 or level 13. I don't know why I'm stuck on level 7 towns. It's the best level 13 for Blaze.
Another seed is about
We'll
to
see.
sprout.
I'm very curious to see because realistically, I think this patch should hit before the Captain's Clash because Captain's Clash starts on the 26th of October. And then it's pretty much every weekend until the 10th. I think the 10th is the last day of Captain's Clash. Which works out because the following weekend I gotta go downstate, and I don't think I'll be streaming that weekend. I was thinking that I'd be gone for like 30-something hours. I was thinking about literally like putting together 36 hours of like HOTS reruns and just running that while I was gone. I may honestly do that. Lightning Breath activated by the Diablo. We currently have Greymane lunging in. Chromie goes down the left-hand side of this engagement as Greymane finds the throat of Falstad. Swiftwing will be taking a bit of a dirt nap right there. And a Chastise from Anduin does connect on to Diablo. He was trying to continue the engagement, but it is going to be a trade. Range Assassin for Range Assassin. Going for Garden Terror Seed. Look at Lazy Hydra gets the Ignite over the wall on the low side of this engagement. Another Shield Glare, or another delay from this Johanna. We have an Oil Slick ignited again. Jet Propulsion gets a triple splash. Greymane starts razor swiping in. A big Ancestral Healing with the Farseer's Blessing. Splashes to the allies. The bunker summoned by Blaze. I believe he's got Fortified Bunker. Yes, he does. Look at that 50 armor right there. As we currently have Wolo diving in once again. The Leaping Strike from Lunara trying to focus on to this Greymane who gets a Leap of Faith. There was the Storm Shield activated by the Johanna with the Blinded by the Light level 20. It still is a 6-kill difference over to the side of Boogans Forever as Magnitude Tsunami still have, actually, they have their Siege Giants in bottom and mid pushing in. The longer this engagement goes, the better it is for Boogans Forever, macro-wise. Tahaka looks for the drag, can't find it on Lazy Hydra. Yota does get the channel finally, but mid lane keep. Actually, there's only one Siege Giant here. Siege Giants in bottom are pushing up, but they don't get that much value. And it looks like the priority right now will be to push into top lane, as that is the one lane without a fort. Could possibly get a keep here. Flesh Shield, Jet Propulsion, tons of damage, and Tahaka goes down. Another Blinded by the Light for Johanna activation. She gets cooldown for every enemy hero hit with a Shield Glare. Light Bomb after the Jet Propulsion. That's going to be a Lightning Breath as the answer, but Diablo can't cook up any enemies, and his souls will be consumed. He will be respawning, back down to 25 total souls. Tahaka still dead for 45. Mid lane now being sieged in, but the Fort Front Gate is still here in Chromie with some ranged artillery. And the Slowing Sand's going to zone the enemies back as the Overgrowth plant will be cleared away. Also, Grill and Kill. I agree with your counter-argument, Stark. I agree with your counter-argument. Wind Tunnel from Falstad doesn't get that push up against the wall, just gets them kind of near it. It's going to be a Johanna Condemn pulling people in. Another Ancestral Healing, Farseer's Blessing trigger right there. The Fire Stomps from Diablo coming through. The Bunker summoned by Blaze. The Slowing Sands just too good from Chromie. She did go Piercing Sands level 20. No unraveling for her, but still, Garden Terror is left in bottom lane. It will get the fort down over here, but what's the call? I do see Boogans moving across the map. Are they looking to end? Okay, we'll have the Blinded by the Light. Drag from Tahaka into Johanna. She's tanking a couple tower shots. Gets the... Whoa, gets the Iron Skin activation. Greymane lunges in with the Dark Flight and that Light Bomb applied. Takes down the Falstad. And it's Tahaka Lunara for a defense here in the Nexus Division, map number 1 on Garden of Terran. I don't think these two can do it. Tahaka's going to fill up on mana, or is he going to save his KDA? It's one of the two. Slowing Sands zone. Lunara trying to get the Leaping Strikes through. She'll land in the Slowing Sands. Gonna try and take down Kalavoth, but I don't think that's gonna work out. Iron Skin and Storm Shield activated. Or Blinded by the Light, sorry. And that is still going to be Boogans taking map number 1 of this best of 3 series. GG. Well played. Close healing game, wow. About a 2K difference. 2K and some change. It's like 2019. That seems about right. And Falstead with 35 stacks. He had 49 or less. The doubters get paid out. Isaac with 29 of Wizened Duelist. So wise. So wizen. So wizen. Not fully wizened, but close to wizened.
Prepare yourselves for battle.
Back in it here with our Nexus Division matchup in the Nexus Gaming Series casting today. We have got on the left-hand side Magnitude Tsunami trying to take us to a map number 3. Wolo Johanna, Albatox Genji, Logic Blaze, Yota will be your Brightwing, and Wafflecopter on the Junkrat. Yeah, Uncle Joe Ninja. It's such a good DLC. I've seen it, but I've never played it. Boogans Forever on the right-hand side will be a non-champion Deathwing. Isaac Hanzo.
5,
Isaac?
4, 3,
Thundercats will be the Anduin. We'll have a Lazy Hydra Leoric and Kalavoth on the Murden. I know I made that joke earlier, but it still cracks me up when we accidentally do it. Simple Geometry Hanzo. We got a Hypershift Brightwing, Third Wind Murden, Oisin's Renewal on our Leoric. Draconic Blood. No, Molten Blood. Molten Blood for our Deathwing at level 1. Extra wound timers on the Junkrat, as well as the Adrenaline Stim Pack. We got the Agile Dismount, and of course the Blinded by the Light for our Johanna level 1. As she steps up, Little Condemn, some shield glares into the enemies, and they clear out a bit of the wave, but the double soak rotation seems to be a bit faster. From the side of Boogans Forever, was non-champion sets up in the bush here, trying to anticipate the rotation, but there's a Lava Burst kind of showing where they are. Actually, it might have provided the vision for this CC onto Johanna. It's mostly just trying to slow down the rotation from the enemy. I don't think they're trying to find a kill here. It's mostly just like poke at the, force an awkward rotation, a further rotation from the enemy. And Murden playing very aggressive. You'd think Kalavoth had the Stormbolt at level 1, but not the case. Concussion Mine activated just a hair too early right there as Murden was mounting up. First objective will be Mortar in the bottom lane. Shurikens into non-champion, but early game Genji, he's not a crazy threat. He definitely is a threat to be respected, but it's not like he's got his burst from Shingun or mobility from like X-Strike or anything like that. So we'll see how things unfold for both these teams, but it is map number 2 in this best of 3 series. Kind of hoping that we get a map number 3 from Magnitude Tsunami, but we'll have to see how things unfold here. Alright, Blaze will push things up in top. Simple Geometry Han's already at 7 stacks. Iron Skin from Johanna will expire right there. Concussion Mine to kind of split the Impalers a bit, trying to pull them closer to the fort front gate. Doesn't look like they'll be in tower range. Deathwing still just delaying out the rotations. Right side camp will be grabbed by Boogans Forever. As Leoric is still mopping things up in top, literally. Deathwing, Molten Flame activated, getting chunked quite heavily here. Gonna lose 2 plates. Concussion Mine maybe dealing some damage. Might have been wiggled around. Shuriken Mastery level 4 picked up by Genji. Phase Shift from Brightwing to help out that Johanna health bar as we do have a bunch of Shurikens going in. Isaac will be taken down. Shimada Bro gets the kill. Junkrat helping out with that one actually. Nicely done. First blood over to the side of Magnitude Tsunami. Hanzo with 10 stacks. We have Leoric with the Neil Peasants level 7. That does increase the Skeletal Swing damage to mercenaries and monsters. Skeletal defenders are considered monsters, so you can get more monkeys, as some of the old CCO players would call it. Subdue Johanna. We also be seeing Junkrat with the Boom Pow, so maybe we'll see Bog down level 7. Reverberation, Censure, Explosive Arrow, and we'll see the Wicked Inferno. Sorry, the Infernus. Wicked Inferno later on. Alright, 3 minutes in. Here comes our objective. As I mentioned, it will be Mortar in the bottom lane. Activation comes out from Magnitude Tsunami. Level 7's almost here. Deathwing drops down from the sky. No Concussion Mine activation for damage. Molten Flame thrown into this objective area, but it looks like it may have stolen 1, maybe 2 of the Skeletal Defenders. Looking really promising, though, for Magnitude Tsunami as Albatox goes in with the Cyber Agility. A couple of Shurikens thrown into Deathwing. Level 7 almost here on the right-hand side. York able to pick that up through the mid lane. He's going to rotate in. Earth Shatter finds the CC onto Johanna. She's kind of caught between a few enemies. The phase shift from Brightwing will not be fast enough, and Johanna does go down. Muradin dwarf tossing in. Kalavoth wants more pressure into Wafflecopter. Might just be trying to... Oh my god, this Chastise point blank was beautiful right there, and the double kill comes out from the side of Boogans Forever as Magnitude Tsunami tries to steal away the last couple skeletal defenders. They need 6 more. Actually, both teams need 6 more, and it looks like Albatox is not going to go for this. Border Punisher goes over to the side of Boogans Forever. And what kind of siege value are they going to bring to the table? 3 seconds on Junkrat to respawn. Right wing scouted with the Sonic Arrow. Nice Iron Skin from Johanna. Eats the Stormbolt. So eats the jump, but then denies the Stormbolt CC follow-up. Fort front gate is going to be taken down here. Fort's getting chunked. Actually, the Fort's getting chunked pretty heavily here, too. Almost down to 50%. Muradin with the Leap of Faith into the alley-oop. Excuse me. Dwarf Toss into the alley-oop Leap of Faith. Thundercats, I think, had a Desperate Prayer right there. Trying to get away. Concussion Mine activated. No displacement. Does get damage onto Deathwing, and that will be Anduin going down. Hanzo using the natural agility to get away, and that will be non-champion. Once again, hit with a Concussion Mine, but he doesn't get displaced because it's flipping Deathwing. Muradin in mid will scout out the rotation from Blaze, cancels his heart to land the Stormbolt, and does have those mini stuns with the Skullcracker level 7, but don't see him pressuring any further than that. So let's go ahead and cycle through the other numbers. We are getting close to 10 talent here. We got a level... Actually, no, I wouldn't say a level lead. We got maybe quarter level, half a level difference between these two teams. It is 2-2 in kills, but I think there's been a little bit more minion soak. We can actually check that in a moment here after we take a look at the damage and such. Next Punisher will be frozen in the mid lane. Will be a mid lane frozen Punisher. There we go. Minions making up a bit of that. Heroic experience is very, very small difference. It's like, what, 53 difference right there? And let's see. Right side, Bellowing Roar, Dragon Strike, so the Pretzel Dragons. Haymaker Muradin, a Entomb Leoric, and Anduin's holding. I was gonna say, I hope it's Light Bomb, and it absolutely will be. Muradin lands the Stormbolt onto the Brightwing. The Light Bomb will be applied, and they're gonna try and find the Haymaker, but no, Muradin! He Haymakers Brightwing out of the Dragon Strike. It doesn't matter. There's enough allies around. They confirm the kill, but it was just one of those like, uh-oh, did you just save the Brightwing? Nah. She was going to die either way, it looks like, and that is a bottom lane fort to be taken down. Leoric scouts out the camp on the left a little too late, unable to try and steal this away or harass the Blaze while the allies rotate in. But as I was looking at the minimap in that moment, there would have been a faster rotation from the side of Magnitude Tsunami, so I think Leoric would have died even if he tried to delay that out for the ally rotation. Right wing's back in the mix here. We have Genji soaking up bottom lane. Rotation to top lane from Kalavoth. The drain is there. Muradin looks to Dwarf Toss it and find some sort of CC, but the minion wave eats the Stormbolt, and that'll be the end of that dive onto this Blazing Top. But the Fallen Shaman's cleared away. Fallen Shaman on this right-hand side is up and available. Deathwing will clear out mid very quickly with the Molten Flame. Looks like Deathwing will be doing some double soak duties. Team fighting to maybe break out here in the north side of the map. Iron Skin activated by the Johanna. There's going to be an Entomb to create some terrain so she can't really get away. Has to take a longer rotation. Dragon Strike onto Albatox, as well as that Earth Shatter. Speaking of, the Genji does finish out that level 4 Shuriken Mastery. No 13, so no Shin Gun. Kalavoth low. It's a Haymaker Muradin. He can't pop the Avatar, and honestly, I think he was CC'd to Oblivion right there. Would not have been able to even activate it if he was able to mash the button. So with 20 seconds on Muradin's death timer and the objective phase starting out, I would say this is pretty promising for Magnitude Tsunami to pick up, and a Frozen Punisher might be what they need to really kind of get their way back into this map number 2 in this best of 3 series here in the Nexus division of NGS. York's still pushing top, looking for 13 talent. Albatox jumps in, couple shurikens onto the Hanzo, gets a flash shield out from Anduin. More scatters to poke in, but it's 25-3 in Skeleton Defenders. Here comes Leoric. Cataclysm in from Deathwing to see if a Bellowing Roar to activate. He does, but it doesn't look like he's going for it. The Light Bomb doesn't connect onto Johanna. The Stormbolt will. 35 of 40 Skeletal Defenders. Murden trying to zone on the left-hand side. Blaze showing in top lane. Genji jumps in. He's going to be forced away. The Riptire from Junkrat should be enough to steal the last few Skeletal Defenders, and yes, it will. It is 13 talent to your advantage on the right-hand side, but Punisher still goes over to the side of Magnitude Tsunami. Deathwing eats the jump, and, well, of course, once again, it's Deathwing, no CC. Shield Glare into a few enemies right there, as we do have Junkrat inside the Entomb. Haymakered out of that one, right into the fort area, but that fort was locked down by that frozen Punisher, and it seems like Boogans Forever will call it just to clear out the objective area. Murden was looking for one more Stormbolt at the end, but Dwarf Toss to safety, and the Punisher will take down the fort front gate, gets about, I'd say, maybe 10% off this fort here in mid. Leorc is already back up in top lane up against Blaze. Brightwing over in bottom, trying to split soak and push things out. And it is going to be full Concussion Mine build for Junkrat. He did go into the Bog Down, as I mentioned, at level 7. Picks up the Ripper Air level 13. Genji, he might be caught here, because there's a... Oh, I was going to say, that last auto should have been a stun, but Genji activates the X-Strike just in time. As we do have an Entomb for Leoric up in 5 seconds. Molten Flame from Deathwing. That's a huge Dragon Strike, but once again, the Haymaker pushing someone out of Hanzo's damage. They still get the last auto needed. Genji deflects one of the... Well, that's a huge scatter into Yota, but does not take down the Brightwing. The Fairy Dragon will still be able to float away with some allies around. It still will be Johanna dead. 3 to 4 in kills in total, favoring the side of Boogans Forever. And our next Punisher, Arcane in the bottom lane. Could be big for Boogans Forever. They've already taken down the fort. And this would be knocking on a keep front gate, which has been a little bit damaged. Let me get some tea. As we enter 10 minutes in, we're about to hit level 15 on the right-hand side. 14.5 for the side of Magnitude Tsunami. Impaler Camp, Catapults in bottom, but I think these should be cleared away. I don't think they're going to get much value. We already have Johanna Junkrat chilling around here. Blaze showing in mid, Murden in the bush, but I don't think he's going to be able to set any CC up to take down Blaze. I will say this, the mid lane fort front gate is very low, and Impaler Camp could completely eviscerate that. X-Strike onto Leoric in the top lane. The Oil Slick is down on the ground, and Leoric is taken down by a Jet Propulsion. Can Murden come through with the trade? The Deathwing lands on top. There's going to be a bunker summoned by Blaze. That's going to buy a little bit of a window for him to avoid the Dragon Strike value. Currently have Genji with the Deflect activated. The Riptire from Junkrat. Gonna just get some damage onto Thundercats and Isaac as Calavoth is able to get a Dwarf Toss away. No sub done on the Johanna currently. Full Simple Geometry Hanzo. No Chastise Piercing Light level 4 stacks for Anduin. Lazy Hydra going to cheat a little bit more death. Let's take a look here and see how much. 5.59 seconds. Shameful. Granted, I have nothing to base that off of, so I wanted an excuse to flame Lazy Hydra, and I've done it. GG's. This is going to be Genji taking half a bar of HP and damage. Really good casting there. He'll be able to back away. No kill onto Genji. Level 16 will be here on both sides. Next objective, Arcane Punisher, will be announced here in just a second. I couldn't even finish the sentence because my timing is so perfect. Anyways, we have our Leoric with his full Wraithwalk build at 13-16. Dwarf Launch for the Muradin. We have the Leap of Faith for the... No, Glyph of Faith for the Anduin. Piercing Arrows for Hanzo, as well as the Molten Flame Conflagration upgrade. That's a Muradin getting the Dwarf Toss out, but I don't... Oh, no. Leap of Faith into Dwarf Toss, but is pulled back in by the Condemned. The Molten Flame from Deathwing, the Conflagration almost take down Logic. But yeah, you have that Wicked Inferno 13 and Conflagration 16 almost getting a counter killer too. It is going to be the Unstable Anomaly at level 16, or the Critter Eye, sorry, at level 16 for our Brightwing. We'll also be seeing the Endless Nades on Junkrat. Not Blaze, Leoric over here. Lazy Hydra is able to get away with maybe a quarter of his health bar, possibly. I've had games where I die and forget that I have trait going before, so I just stand there and watch. Hey, Lazy Hydra, why aren't you cheating death? Oh, I was just having fun watching what you guys are doing. Leoric Wraith walks in. There's going to be an Entomb onto 2. The Conflagration, the Easy Bake Oven coming through. The Bunker from Blaze is summoned, but Johanna doesn't get in time. That'll be a Riptire from Junkrat stealing a few of those Skeletal Defenders. 36 of 40 as a Dragon Strike from Hanzo. Will zone, gets actually a chunk of damage onto that Brightwing. Genji tries to steal away the last few Skeletal Defenders with the next strike and such, but he's going to be punished for it. He does get 2 of the last needed. And it is going to be Arcane Punisher over the side of Boogans Forever. They get the double kill. Uh-oh. Dwarf Toss, no Stormbolt connection. Ripper Air is going to save Wafflecopter there. Top lane fort will go down to the Fallen Shaman. That's what you're hearing in the background. And this is Boogans Forever in bottom lane with really good siege potential. 10 seconds on Johanna, 24 on the Junkrat. Sidewall taken down if they want to play off of that jump from the Punisher, but it doesn't look like anyone on the enemy side is in range to trigger that. Junkrat poking from afar, and that's really the only one. Sonic Arrow goes out to provide vision. Johanna activates the Iron Skin, then the Shield Glare just to pull the Punisher towards mid. Punisher tanking a couple mid lane keep shots. Moves back over towards the bottom lane. Boogans Forever have a wave here. They're going to zone with a Molten Flame of Deathwing, and it looks like they will confirm bottom keep. Yeah, they can just leave this Punisher to do that exactly. And Boogans Forever back away. We actually have Lazy Hydra already starting a camp over here on the right-hand side, or at least the left-hand side of the minimap. And it still is close in kills, but it's a level lead to Boogans Forever on this map number 2 in this best of 3 series here in the Nexus division. 1 level to go for 20 talent here. Well, a level and some change, but still. Right Wing soaks up a lot of experience in top lane, as that was pushing in earlier from the Fallen Shaman and such. Mid fort still remains. We're still waiting to see where our preview for our next objective phase could be. Doubtful in bottom. Probably going to be top. We haven't had one in mid yet, I believe. Oh, there it is, actually. It's going to be in mid lane. Going to be Mortar Punisher mid lane. Eminem. So, until that Punisher is announced, it looks like Boogans Forever will push up things in mid, take out the sidewalls. Genji with a few shurikens thrown in. I already mentioned he finished Shuriken Mastery level 4 and has the Shin Gun. The Orc Wraith walking in, still no 20. He's gonna end up right by the Johanna. Gets the Entomb, but there's no there's no Molten Flame close enough for that. Dragon Strike will go through. The Riptire is the answer from the Junkrat. And mid fort down to about 30% HP as the Molten Flame will be canceled by non-champion. Wolo step it up on the Johanna with a Condemn. Lands the Punish, but of course no Quadra hit. No extra slows on the double hit either. And the 20 will trickle in for the side of Boogans. Will they try and sneak into this camp? No, Leorc soaks up top. We'll see mid lane fort poked at more. We have Rewind Murden, Buried Alive, Dragon Awakens, a Censure, and this is going to be Stood in Fire for Deathwing on the Cataclysm as an Earth Shatter finds the Johanna, the Haymaker once again coming through. Genji activates the deflect. He gets caught. Okay, goodbye, Genji. Goodbye, Genji. He just gets locked in place. I think Muradin landed the Stormbolt and then had a mini stun from the level 7. Either way, Genji caught out inside the Buried Alive, so there's no way he could push any mobility buttons to back away. As I mentioned, it's mid lane Punisher coming up next, so weakening this keep front gate and getting the fort down ahead of time is always beneficial to Boogans Forever, especially with the talent tier advantage, the 2-kill advantage, and Leorc going to top lane to clear things out before they lose a fort. Fort front gate's already been taken down, but it looks like it is going to be, that's going to be the only thing taken down in top. Fallen Shaman on the opposing side, or I guess for the side of Boogans here, will be grabbed to push in. Muradin already anchoring in the bush. We have Blaze clearing things out in bottom. That will be able to get 20 talons here before the objective phase does spawn, so it should be an even tier fight. Genji will respawn just before the timer as well. 14 to go on the objective, 6 to go on Genji. So he'll be back. They'll have a chance to do this. Living Weapon, Radiating Faith, Fortified Bunker, Cannon Bowls on our Junkrat, and we'll be seeing the Fairy Protector for Junkrat, for Brightwing. So Pixie Dust to all nearby ally heroes, and passively Pixie Dust always bounces back and applies to Brightwing. Genji looking to jump in and harass onto Muradin. He Dwarf tosses back towards the allies. Leorc with the Wraith Walk through the enemies, getting that damage reduction. Gonna look for the Skeletal Swing afterwards to get the cooldown reduction on the Wraith Walk. Currently have Jahan on the right-hand side trying to harass onto the backline a bit. Buried Alive onto Johanna. The Light Bomb is applied as well. Leorc with the Wraith Walk. There's going to be a Dragon Strike. In the center of that Dragon Strike deals extra damage. Extra strike from Genji trying to find some backline value. The Haymaker from Muradin pushing him away. New York Wraith walking in once again. The jet propulsion from Blaze not finding anyone. Genji trying to jump in. It's 14 to 28 in Skeleton Defenders. The Molten Flame with the Conflagration getting tons of damage onto Logic. There's going to be a Polymorph onto Muradin turned into a crab. Was looking for the Stormbolt onto Junkrat to interrupt the Riptire, but even then, Junkrat Riptire doesn't find any sort of kills. It steals a few Skeleton Defenders away. Genji trying to do the same thing once again, but it still is a massive difference, and that will be objective phase number whatever to the side of Boogans forever. I think I'd guess it's number 6, I think. Deathwing drops down from the sky after being filled to full. 4th Punisher, I don't believe you. Punisher jumps over onto this Blaze. The Earth Shatters there. There's going to be Conflagration. Muradin Dwarf launches in. Finds the Stormbolt. The second Stormbolt from the Rewind. No Haymaker utilized. It looks like Brightwing was able to help out with Junkrat backing away with some Pixie Dust. We currently have the Punisher jumping over onto the Blaze. The mid lane keep does go down. Punisher pulled towards the top side, but that Mortar Punisher is uninterested in that keep. It looks like the Punisher's calling for core, and we'll see if Boogans Forever will follow up with that. Genji jumps in the backline, activates Deflect, gets hit with the Haymaker. There's an X-Strike onto the enemies. Does he get a reset on Living Weapon? He does. Brightwing goes down to the Mortar Punisher. Conflagration from Deathwing. It's another X-Strike onto the enemy. That'll be a reset. Genji gets 3 X-Strikes in a row. The last one doesn't get a full reset, but he still gets taken down. Core shielding is dropping, but it's not going to be reduced yet. Cataclysm in from Deathwing, Riptire from Junkrat. Chunks on the non-champion. The Jet Propulsion from Logic into Kalavov is getting some value, but it's just not enough. Deathwing takes flight once again to heal up as much as he possibly can in the sky. Big Buried Alive, and that's going to be Skyfall. Getting a little extra % healing. Leorc with the Wraith walk in. Tries to body block Wafflecopter, but this Junkrat seems to be living for the time being. Catapult has arrived, and a minion wave is here as well. Deathwing is going to have more death drops or Skyfall drops. Junkrat with the Concussion Mine gets away, but it looks like he'll poke at the enemies. This is going to be core falling, and Boogans Forever with a map 2 victory here in the Nexus Gaming Series Nexus Division matchup. GG, well played. Whew. Alrighty, everybody. Good morning? What do you mean, good morning? It's 12:26. It's nighttime already. Time to go to bed. GG's. Oh, really fun games. Really fun games. Alright, chat. I'm going to leave it to you. What does chat want? I need to run to the bathroom. I need to grab some water. I think I'm actually going to grab some more tea.